considering I'm from England, but never mind. We'll move swiftly on. B4 need to turn this one around. They've lost their own map pick, and now they need to take Nuke away from the almighty NAVI Javelins. Otherwise, face impalement in the yard outside. B4 have a smoke and a defuse kit on Goddess. They're going to need to find the headshots just like they did on Anubis. Wasn't enough, though, despite all their clutches. Here they still are.
Let's see. So far, Navi taking it slow. 2 players outside, the rest in lobby, waiting for those 2 to get control. And it only took 1 single smoke, and they're already through. Now the ramp push coming through as well, and soon they're going to be hitting this B bomb site. They have a player duly tucked into dark here, hoping to deal with the pressure. Only good for 1, immediately trade it, and with that, the lower bomb site completely compromised. The bomb easily can go down.
I think Poppins is heading towards Secret. 3 on the ramp, actually. Her teammates coming from the other side. It's Younger coming from Secret. CT's showing some presence now. Do they go for a smoke diffuse in the chaos? Or do they try and identify where everybody is? A 1v1. Look how patient Hanka is with that P250. Liina in the corner. That diffuse gets to be so far. No! The blades are out. Oh, diplomacy has failed. What is happening? Younger 1v3. Has to go and find that kid as well. The door of opportunity is open for Navi as they take the pistol. My God. So many shanks.
Oh, that was so beautiful to watch, though. And a shank even back as well. I mean, that's what happens when both players end up running out of ammunition. Oh, yeah, here it is. Here it comes. I mean, the initial one missed, but then right from behind comes. I mean, you can see the expression like, well, okay, well, that just happened, but it's fine. You know, we take the W any day of the week. Navi 1 up.
Explosive start to Nuke before on the back foot immediately. Always nice to have those extra rounds in the Galil in a situation such as this. Very handily dealt with by Navi. A fast forward through that eco round as we press on. Before we'll be going straight for the buy now. Younger will have the AWP out immediately. They'll need to find early impact here before, just to get their confidence on Nuke. Versus the pick of Navi, winning the pistol on the T side, things could hardly be better for them.
You're getting a roll on CT side is going to be so important. Navi's, their own CT side is phenomenally scary. So if you want to get a move on, needs to be right here in this half. Of course, now the first real test with their buy round. Immediately again, Navi sneaking slowly into Secret, already having 1 player down there. The bomb still opting perhaps to go there as well. With the smoke walls coming into play, before losing at least that part of the map, losing information therefore. I mean, obviously they need to have an idea of what could be up ahead, but Younger is here with the ARP in hand, immediately traded. Viku doesn't have an ARP of her own, but still sharp on the AK.
I think we needed a dry swing from the boost there for the element of surprise. Gave the game up with the jiggle. The rest was easy. Either way, the AWP has still been lost for B4. Navi have got some great position, punishing the urgency now for B4, who are feeling vulnerable. Even more so now. They'll still be spread out this remaining 3. We can see Poppins just waiting, just in case they head towards A. And it seems like they might just do that. But have they outmaneuvered themselves now, walking into the hands of Goddess and Poppins? Poppins won't give you a second chance, that's for sure.
Julie is also here. Okay, there is at least a trade up on the board, but Viku is low and also needs to find 2 more players who are already so close. Not enough time to get the ARP back out. And with that, B4 strike back with a round of their own up on the board. Good roll immediately shut Navi down. Could have been perhaps a tiny bit cleaner, but a round is a round. Especially coming out of the loss of Anubis. This is a nice one to have.
Such a strong spot after fragging the flanker heading towards the ramp, but Navi didn't have the angles to trade frag on that A bomb site. Before's patience paying off for them. It's not a mistake that NAVI Javelins are going to want to make again. You can see mollies to thwart the early grenades outside. 2 MAC-10s for NAVI. Is it the vent or is it the A-bomb site? We've got the flashes coming in from the roof, but look at the lineup for Poppins. 2 and a 3rd for Goddess. NAVI still in this round though. VQ was on the roof throwing the grenades. She'll have to rotate with the AWP because Danny will certainly need the help.
It's a shame that team flash happened, but NAVI still could recover, especially the kill of VQ is going to be helping things a ton. Julie forcing out a shot, at least good tag upon the first, but Danu then quick on the trigger too. And that means that B4, their round, will only be won in isolation. NAVI looking to keep that economy still up on the board.
Certainly have a fight in our hands. Lovely swing there from Poppins. Wasn't too flash towards the end. Again, a very, very expensive round. NAVI Javelins back to winning ways. Before couldn't convert that consecutive round, which puts them in the bin as far as their economy is concerned. 1 grenade for Goddess, which has been thrown, and USPs for most of the squad. So this is a very promising half for NAVI Javelins. Current situation is fantastic for them. Before are really going to have to do this the hard way. They don't have all the loss bonus in the world. Creeping around with the USPs. Hanka, they're lining up for her. That leaves Goddess to be the last one to fall at this point. There was a Desert Eagle in the hands of Nani, but that's been taken away as well. So a very difficult start. Before are going to have to do this the hard way. Lost their own pick. Horrible start on the CT side of Nuke. This is where they need to rack up the rounds. That's not quite happening just yet.
Obviously, it is still early, but this is somewhat of a similar fashion of how the game between NAVI and Furia went down over on the first day. NAVI managed to win that game against Furia, and with a surprising 10-5 half, also starting on T side. And it was because NAVI was actually managing to win, or well, at least all of the rounds that they did win. After that, they always had consecutive rounds, which means they had bankful days. And immediately when Furia was winning rounds...
It's next generation in the front row there. The next generation. She'll be up playing with Poppins soon.
Yes, yes, for
She's
sure.
going to kick the IGL. She'll be in there. She's like, nah, leave me alone.
Perhaps within a couple of years,
well.
you know?
Well, they really let Hanka go and find that ace towards the end there. Everybody on the bomb site. Hanka's just creeping around. Got there eventually. So congratulations to you. 4-1. We see the timeout from before, as this has been a difficult CT side so far. This is, as we said before, this is a really bad spot for them. They need to turn this around now before things get really out of hand. Lots of support for NAVI in the crowd at the Katowice Expo. Well then, double FAMAS for before. No AWP. Don't necessarily need that outside, depending on your setup. The smokes come fast once again. We see the mollies on the roof to try and ruin those smoke grenades, but the different configuration will be good. Now, do before have any information as to what is happening on the outside. Judy playing a very tight angle, and there's a lot of people coming her way. Hanka very quickly towards Secret, but that lurk will be dealt with by Goddess, and Julie's got a good start for B4 on the ramp. 5 versus 3, exactly what they were looking for in round 6.
Really so much map control. And NAVI, looking how to approach this, they could go here into different ways. You could either commit to ramp into the lower bomb site. Ooh. Choke up, jumping about, hoping to perhaps bait out a player that could be in heaven. At the moment, there is not. So that bait goes unnoticed, but Julie comes creeping out. Of course it's being held. And with that, NAVI looking to crawl back into the round. Still 4 more players to be finding, but this control at least is good and gives NAVI options. Nervous
situation for B4 to try and have your plays in the right place. Likely to be a 2v4 for before, wherever Na'Vi choose to go, in the short term, of course. 3v4 even. Goddess finds herself a duel, though, but there's an instant trade from Angelka. Can't turn around in time. Very important trade. Planting for the double doors, cover towards Decon. Now, the timing has to be right here for before. Oh, great spray through the door, but she pays for it with her life. Down to the 2v2 now. Na'Vi ever dangerous on Nuke. Waiting for the final two players. Grenades may give a warning, and they'll come through with instant trades. Nani will be the only one to survive, but it is another round for before. Finally, a second round as they try to close the gap.
Certainly came at quite a cost, though. Surviving with only one player has to sting a little bit, but at least a round back, a way back in. But because Na'Vi have been winning consecutive rounds, that money not empty just yet. This was beautiful. Instant trade coming out of Nani. In fact, 2 for her in that clutch. Crucial round right now for them up on the board. At least they're not short in util. And being on CT, you could, for example, have Poppins play off of Hut. Instead, playing right beside it with the close range weapon.
Oh, timing. Well, that might favor Na'Vi if they can get onto the bomb site and trade. So far, so good. Hanka, a sentry on the A bomb site. Danu covering as well. And Goddess, this is worst case scenario for B4. She has to find a way to try and clutch this one. She doesn't have a kit. That molly hitting the smoke will certainly give her some space, but she's got to find a clutch here because they have no money if she doesn't. They're not giving her anything. We can see 2 kits on the other side of the bomb site creeping forward now. Got another chance at a 1v1. She's got to pick up a kit, though, surely. Round the corner she goes, clearing the back. Grab the kit. You've got to grab the kit. Heading towards that smoke now. This could be awkward for Viku. The molly, though, is not going to land in the right place. Does she know where it's planted? She's just holding it. Viku has to deliver. And she's stolen the round in a 1v3. She had to win that round, and she did somehow.
It's insane how she was able to get away with it. A shame that Viku's molly not landed in the right place. Perhaps she thought it did. Obviously, the smoke creating so much confusion there for her to deal with. But at the end of the day, props to Goddess to play that one out to perfection, using the smoke, picking up the kit that was on site, and using every second you've got to clutch it out. So a very important round win. So now, it definitely, the money has been kept at a low, but so it has for Na'Vi. At least Vico can afford an ARP again, so they can give it another try.
Got to be really careful about where you're reloading. Punished by before. An opportunity though, and Gelka can't trade there. That's their position lost around the A bomb site now. B4 are fired up. Not just in what they were, you know, the visual response there, but energetic words we heard at the end of that last round. They are ready to fight back here. They are not going to take this from NAVI Javelins. They've tied the score now, and we start to see the money problems for the T side. Maybe a chance for before to build something on their CT side. They really need to do that as well. But what an outrageous clutch. A 1v3 with a FAMAS. Finds 2. Jules gets the kit, puts the utility down, creates space for herself. Perfect scenario, very awkward with the AWP to run in there too early. That has dramatically changed the fortunes of B4.
So let's see how they're going to be dealing with these pistols. Younger already spotted at least one. And with that, information certainly has to be given over. I think Nani even spotted another player too. Oh, missed shot, but the second one won't miss. B4 immediately a player up. Information gained. But it should be aware. Yet, the players are relatively passive, stuck behind the door, hoping to make something work out of radio. And with Liina picking up a weapon, this could still become real scary.
Na'Vi can buy next round regardless, and they can do a lot of damage here. There are many rounds to play for in this half, so it could be favorable for them. Oh, they've got to have their angles. Younger Got to be careful here. Who's watching what? Seems to be turning all over the place on this A bomb site. It could cause them problems. Indeed, it will. Rifles being dropped. Yuli needs to help now. That is a great spray. Leaving Hanka in a 1 versus 2, trying to grab a rifle, a weapon, something. But they lost 3 players there. And again, it seems that people are holding down multiple jobs on the A bomb site. Need some better coordination if they are to build the rounds in this half. There was only 1 rifle there for NAVI Javelins, but they managed to get 3 kills. Could have stopped the bleeding earlier there before. So those were some warning shots because they could still target 11 rounds in this half. There's a lot of rounds to come, and they can't afford too many losses like that. I love that Fnatic hoodie. I want one of those.
I saw some people even wrapping the NAVI Javelins jersey out in the crowd as well. So everyone coming in prepared to support their favorite team. We'd love to see it. All right, now we're going to be heading into round number 10. Potential equal scoreline up on the board, but B4 are in the lead as we speak. Now NAVI have another chance. Money behind them. No op though in the hands of Viku. That simply is too large of an investment for now. Still chances up ahead. Outside they will go, but so does Younger. Does get flashed off of a position initially again. Oh, that could become real tricky. Poppins at least got us. Okay, they do some work. Younger will fall, but a 2-for-1 still is a win for B4.
Very, very favorable. The remaining 3 are in reasonable health, though. That was a big headshot from Liina. She can continue in that form throughout this round, and it will still be hard for before. They may be playing retake as far as the B bomb site is concerned. Navi continue to press on as Liina looks for something. Oh, Goddess, she just started strafing before she was shooting. Bit panicky there, maybe nervous. Again, the fraggers on Navi, very, very strong indeed, but you've got to stay focused and play your own game. It's unlike her, especially with the clutches that we've seen in this series so far. That could prove to be quite costly. Navi in control on the B-bomb site. Not seeing much of anything just yet. Clearing the angles now. 30 seconds on the clock as they may consider a bomb plant here.
There's still a player lurking towards outside. It's hoping for a rotation, but Liina could then wrap into A main, come behind them. Ooh, the ladder. I think Liina has heard that, and Viku getting a kill upon Poppins as well. This is looking scary with the amount of information that Navi have up on the players. Only Julie goes a bit unnoticed coming in from the ramp, but the nade certainly will reveal her position. And that means pressure is on. Viku grabs another one for her books, and Liina burns Nani in the barbecue. And Navi equal up the scoreline again, 5-5.
Ooh, man. That accident from Goddess has caused a big problem for before, because their money's broken. That was a free kill. But as we can see, there was a bit of panic. As soon as she saw any of the Javelins player, just started moving before shooting. The spray turned into a disaster, and again, that has overall implications for the remainder of this half. With the money in the bin, once again, NAVI Javelins are, in theory, firmly in control. B4 have taken a timeout, so we'll see what they choose to do. But that could be a turning point in this game of Nuke. It is going to be nightmare mode for B4 if they're going to survive this. That much is for sure.
Barely any investment coming out of B4 considering their money. Deagle is smoke, that will be it. And with that, because of all the limited amount of weaponry and util, you gotta give it a bit of a gamble. So the majority here sitting towards the A-bomb site. Some people boosted up. Some people playing towards main, peeking outside for information. And a one smoke put up on the door to at least keep them at bay for now.
Tons of util for Navi. Limiting risk, giving B4 a chance to make a play. You can see Dan who's playing anti-flash, hiding in the corner as well. Just waiting for any shenanigans to be had from before. Approaching the 40-second mark now. Nani's about to walk into that deagle shot. Still has her head though. And Hanka's coming in from the back, but Goddess delivers a big deagle shot, looking to swing towards that rifle. That'll actually help her out. Let's see Poppins on the roof now. 40 seconds, and Navi need to start getting frags on this bomb site. Poppins baiting him into Nani, trying to trade now. Poppins, what, the round is over just like that. Makes it look pedestrian. A daylight robbery from before. They come into this round with 4 AKs.
You can see what it means as well. B4 euphoric after winning a round like that, immediately bouncing right back, and look where it sent the economy of Navi as well. It's tricky on some of the players with that, also a timeout being called. So they have to buy up here most likely, but it means that because, you know, you got to sacrifice it in some sort of department, either weaponry or util.
I don't know if there was a molly on the roof, the hut roof, in that round. They had the utility, they had the smoke towards main. That did give them the AK though. Awkward for Goddess. But she did deliver. We see the molly towards CT, but Poppins just showing some shoulder, falling back, baiting them to come and frag her. Nani comes through, plays off of Nani. 2 USP frags. Poppins is a beast. She is a Tyson.
Slow outside control for Navi and Smokes. At least a single one being into play. That one has faded. Let's see how they deal. Goddess spots one, immediately backs out, throws a molly to delay. And with that, advantage gained. And obviously, you're not going to be continue to repeat. You don't want to be giving away that advantage. So they know outside is a bit more compromised, but at least open and kill. That's all they need.
Younger surely gets a frag here, especially if they bunch up together. It'll be hard to miss. Well, it'll be a tag to 2 HP. Gonna make life even harder for Navi. They don't have all the position in the world for it. Maybe waiting for Viku to make a play. Gotta be careful with the angle of her shadow here if anyone's in main, but no one's in main on this occasion, so they will be repositioning towards A, clearing the hut. With 5 players up, where are these CTs? Big frag from Viku, but there is a trade fragger, and that is taken care of. Actually, no, Goddess was here as well, and B4 are ready for that one. Unorthodox positions with 5 up, and it works out for them. Taking it to a 7th round and breaking, well, they're making the money awkward for NAVI Javelins. It is not great whatsoever. Nani with a 2-person spray down here. Goddess barely needed to get involved. Julie coming from the top. Such a back and forth on this first half of Nuke so far. NAVI Javelins messing up the anti-eco there. Maybe not enough Molotovs, maybe not enough pace, but now they find themselves having to go fast with the pistols and the odd flashbang. Some of them will make their way in. Poppins has been domed, but Younger and Nani are here to cut the numbers for Navi. Only 2 remain now. Now it's down to Angelka, who's trying to do some damage. Just 2 frags there. As we head to the last 2 rounds of the half.
Ooh. Goddess just managed to get the ARP back on the board for B4. So no reinvestment for that one, at least necessary. It's going to be saving up some economy on the side of B4, and especially with 1 more round to come after this. Having funds as a backup really is going to be helping you out, and it means the pressure is on Navi. Obviously, for example, 9-6 half. Still is not going to be too much of a worry for Navi. We know how good they are up on CT. It's going to be 10-5. Who knows? That could become still tricky. Danu immediately picking up the pace together with the rest of the team. There were some flashbangs around. Oh no! Maybe not ready for Heaven to come. Nani again. The double kills always tend to strike from Heaven. That is a bit of a problem point for Navi. And now the round slowing down. B4 backing out a bit. Navi not too sure if they want to continue to commit, throwing in some util, waiting for a response. B4 is not really giving them anything.
Liina's the one with all the util. There might be more to find on the A bomb site, but they've got to get a molly up in heaven here. You can see Nani is waiting to try and thwart a bomb plant. I'm not sure if that molly landed, but that AWP shot certainly did. There's a molly forcing Julie forward into the light, and she'll be traded. Nani in the clutch now. Do they expect her to come from the same position? The bomb's still not planted here. Navi being real careful. You can see a focus on main as Liina moves to the back of the site, planting for heaven. Viku has the angle. Nani not showing just yet, creeping forward. As soon as Viku looks away, Nani emerges. So many angles to hold down, and it's another robbery from before. They moved to 9 with some of the rounds they lost, some of the pivotal rounds they lost. You'd be surprised to see them on 6, but here we are.
Oh, Viku consistently moving away as Nani wanted to peek that heaven spot. So with that first player out and then the double, and that was in total 4 for her. Already the initial 2 openings went her way too. She's a beast when it comes to heaven, and with that, Navi certainly need to be rethinking. Do we want to continue to commit to the A side, or perhaps B is just gonna be better instead?
Nani only has the W key on her keyboard, and it seems to be broken because she is sending it at the beginning of this round. Younger will have the sound cues towards Secret. She can raise the alarm. Trying to look over the top there. Quick scope. But no connection. Look at this timing. While all that Secret action's going on, Danu's made her way down the vent, and that's going to mean problems, although they've made assumptions. There's the trade frag from Angelka. That gives options. That opens up this B bomb site. They need to keep this pace fast. Get this bomb planted quick before surround the bomb site. A swing from Viku. And it's going to be real hard in this last round of the first half for Younger and Poppins.
Flash didn't do that much. She even hears the footsteps. At least a double swing. So with that, they get Viku out of the way, but there is still 3 more to find. A bomb that's already ticking too. Danu positioned real well to deal with the cross. Spots one. Ooh, okay. Well, hello. Younger comes in with the AWP. And that means pressure back on Navi. Smoke right there up on the side, but Angelka hanging on strong. Younger tries to fight for her life, but it's not going to cut it. With that, B4 are leading, but 9-6. 3 rounds separating these 2 squads. And can Navi come back? We will find out after a break.
How do I deal with what I'm feeling? Maybe I just don't. What you're doing, I'm in ruins all alone. I'm all alone, and I know nothing to do helps me forget about you. You just came out of the blue. If you only knew. Didn't have a cup of coffee. Let's go to a restaurant. Go to a field, pick up some strawberries. Then maybe let's fall in love. Didn't have a cup of coffee. Let's go to a restaurant. To a field, pick up some strawberries. Then maybe let's fall in love. Didn't have a cup of coffee. Let's go to a restaurant. To a field, pick up some strawberries. Then maybe let's fall in love. The feelings I feel when you come near me, all I can see is you and me together, building a future forever, loving till eternity. I see you, can't you see what you're doing to me? The way you got me, baby, it's like I can't even breathe. You're all that I need, and I know nothing I do helps me forget about you. You just came out of the blue. If you only knew that didn't have a cup of coffee. Let's go to a restaurant. Go to a field, pick up some strawberries. Then maybe let's fall in love. Didn't have a cup of coffee. Let's go to a restaurant. To a field, pick up some strawberries. Then maybe let's fall in love. just a fool. I'm so blue, yeah. I know that I can make it through.
Well, B4 is leading so far. 9 rounds for them, 6 for Navi. But we all know when Nuke CT side is coming alive, that still means Navi could turn the tide. This is their map pick. And if they win this map as well, they are going to be going straight to the finals. And I think the crowd would love that as well. And so does Navi. But they have to work for it. And eventually, if you want to at least line up the score lines, you got to be winning this pistol round and perhaps then 2 after that as well.
It's 9-6 scoreline for before. Could have been 5-10 for Javelins. They've got more work to do now. That's a good way to start. Opening frag with the USP. Popping into the vents. Double Julies for the Javelins. Donated by VQ. Very kind of her. As they all have Kevlar now. And we start to see those Julies activated. Danu dropping Julie. Numbers are dwindling for before, but that's a nice way to turn it around. Poppins, of course. Much older than her years on the server. 2v2 now. Danu coming out with the Julies, and there's no more Poppins today. Nani's in the clutch now. Plenty of time. And see presence being shown by one pair of pistols, but she's not thinking about the second. Tunnel vision into the vents. And it was a trap. The presence on the A-bomb site, sending her towards B. But there was no hope there.
So that means here over on Nuke's second pistol also being won by Navi. It did go to the wire. Very, very close. And props to Poppins. Poppins and Nani really seem to be doing so much here on this second map. That means that everyone can really step up. Now let's see. Navi. They, of course, denied the bomb plant for B4. So, Glocks, it will have to be coming out of the Brazilians. Ooh, already, though. Good tag with the Scout. Viku, even with the lesser version of the Sniper, still does away, or makes her way to chip away damage. With that, you know, makes it easier, for example, for these MP9s to pick up a frag.
With the Shark skin, the Scout is the best sniper rifle, I'll have you know. Clean shot above the waist versus no Kevlar, and you're a goner. Now, what is the goal in a round such as this for B4? Try and get 1 kill, 2 kills, plant the bomb. That would be asking a lot with Glocks, to be honest. There is a Desert Eagle in the hands of Nani, as per usual. It is difficult to play on the CT side and just stare at an angle. Eventually start to get slower and slower on the reactions. You can spray through the bottom right corner of this box, by the way. It used to be more of a thing in older versions of Counter-Strike. Don't really see it these days, but it's still doable. Standing her ground now. She has Hanka for support. Maybe B4 expecting her to fall back there, but firmly planted on the ramp. There'll be no damage taken by Navi in that round.
So consecutive rounds up on the board, but the real test is yet to come. B4, all rifles on the board. Majority on AKs. And 1 Galil in the hands of Julie. So perhaps on paper, with AKs coming out, could be better for B4. Navi, though, have a bit more of a bonus one. And look at this. Immediately outside aggression. Not already met with much here. It's a single flashbang. Immediately, they get so much control early on. With other smokes being into play that just sort of stuck around lobby.
Does she go for the rifle, or does she try to escape Angelka? Big question. So the timing catches the bomb carrier as well. Down to a 3-on-3 now, but the CTs have the objective. Younger trying to fight for it. What a disaster for B4. Perfect timing from Angelka. Huge plays. Not over just yet. 1 minute to find these frags. Surely the trades are here indeed. The positions are too strong. Big round for Navi. Going through Squeaky. And Gelka spots the bomb carrier, never mind the rifle. False sense of security, disappears. Ooh, I'll try and molly her out. No, she comes back, takes the bomb, and essentially secures the round.
The chants continue up in the crowd. Everyone fired up, and this could still be a close one. Navi making the scoreline ever so contending, 9-9. And they are in a very good spot to come back into the lead. So far, so good. 2 kills. It's raining grenades, Molotovs, and HGs. Already taken out the first 2. Danu tries to clean the rest up, only gets to 1. It was a slight trade. Not before Viku came right around the corner with her own orb. Her favorite weapon in the game for sure. 16 and 11 as we speak. So threats have been eliminated. Only 1 more left that does have an AK. Nani's creeping back towards outside. Has the bomb as well. Who knows? Players seem to be waiting. Seem to be aware of where she could be. But her head, Hanka, completely taken off. And with that, still opportunities perhaps at hand here for Nani.
Nani's top fragging on the server at the moment. She is the most dangerous player on Nuke right now. In the clutch with the AK-47. She has so much time on the clock that she could opt to keep pressing on. Will she be checking for Liina though? She'll reveal her position first. Maybe the shadow giving her spot away. And Navi are now in the lead. They haven't dropped a round on this half just yet. We've only had a few rounds, but they are looking strong for NAVI Javelins. They came here to make a statement in Katowice Expo. Not too far from doing that. Before though, have come to do the same. Taking a timeout for now. 1 round behind, but the AKs will be coming out for the squad. They need to find a way into this T-half. They've got the players to do it. They're up against a strong opponent. They lost their own map pick, but they are still very capable.
Timeout coming into play. Think about the strategy, to think of the plan for this up-and-coming round, because if not, Navi could run away with things. Momentum being picked up already is not quite a good sign, but they could prevent it from really going out of control, and the round needs to be now. For AK's Younger not back on an op, and in fact she has been lacking a little bit of impact. 9 kills only for her at the bottom of the scoreboard. It's very uncanny, because even in the maps that B4 had lost in the past, Younger always tends to be there. And with her being absent, that certainly worries me.
Heading towards the minute mark for B4. Looks like some smoke grenades will be deployed. But they need to use this timing wisely. Heading towards the late game now. And they've got map control to take. Offering the smokes outside, but we can see Hanka's in secret. They have the information, and they might just have the frags as well. Spots the second one. That's a big problem. They haven't seen the bomb. What do they make of this? Her position tells them that it's probably going to be A or ramp, 40 seconds. Could be either one. Great flash for Angelka to peek. She can see people creeping, and that's a big idea for Navi as to what might be a player, but they still need to stop it. Angelka's still up. Poppins dropped now as Nani makes her way into the vent, and she'll be denied as well. They had to take the secret player away. Didn't work out for them. And NAVI Javelins get another round in a row. All the rounds in this half so far.
And again, all that information gathered over, Angelka using that flash to peek, spotting the players, and then Hanka getting in position, all ready for a potential vent drop to come. NAVI just seem to have protocols that coming into play, so as soon as they sort of smell what B4 is doing, they're getting into position and they deal with it seamlessly. And with that, NAVI continue the clean slate here over in the second half. B4 yet to win a round. And Money immediately back out. At least they have a couple of smokes, so that could give them a shot to run into the lower bomb site. Down they will go. Ooh, well, not before they take one hit. Younger immediately out again. And here comes the cleanup. Angelka good for one. Liina, of course, already had one too. But one rifle is recovered, and when Tech9's around it, still a smoke and 2 flashes. Could easily still be hitting a bomb site.
Trying to catch a flanker, ill-positioned. Difficult balance between trying to abuse the range of your rifles and being close enough to support your teammates, but Navi have made the right choices before looking for that opening. Hanka. Is she ready now? There's the first one, there's a second. Leaves Nani in the clutch now. Low health, but Liina will finish her off. Navi continue to march towards 16 rounds. Of course, that was Nico from before. Nani is still in the lead, but they need to find rounds on this T half. They haven't got a single round so far. I cannot stress that enough. They lost their map pick. They have to take Nuke from NAVI Javelins. Otherwise, Navi are heading towards the final.
There's not that many rounds left before NAVI Javelins is gonna come to map and series point. That means time is ticking for B4 to get back up on that board. It's important that this round will go their way. Need to make the best out of it, and even, you know, doing economic damage is not going to be cutting it. Needs to be a round win. Oh, but look at this. Outside, completely being abused by Hanka. Hanka used to play into the lower B bomb set instead, but Navi changing things up, and it's paying off. Done it with a double kill as well, so the numbers are again in the advantage of Navi. And it leaves just 2 players stuck in lobby again.
Abusing the slower pace of before on their T side, taking the game away from them. What is there to do now? 2 versus 4. Navi have come for the flank, and even if they look to see if anyone's still there, they want to make a play. Like, what can they do? They've lost a bomb towards ramp as well. So what is the goal here? 50 seconds on the clock for B4. At this point, really, don't know what there is to be done here. Very far away physically from winning this round. Does this force them to go for a faster pace now? Are we going to see a straight execute into the A bomb site in future rounds? Because again, if you give space to Navi, they'll take it away from you and your personnel also. Very difficult for B4 to respond that. They were put in such a bad position by Navi, who are not going to give them anything for free. They're playing to win, not playing not to lose. 9 seconds left. Very awkward position. Do you just save the both rifles? Do you try and do damage? So many questions, but as we can see, it'll be just the 1 AK into the next round for B4. Seems to have run out of ideas in that one. Things looking very strong for NAVI Javelins here in Katowice.
Have been rounds where B4 used the outside smokes, Navi respecting it. You know, now that B4 don't really have that much of a plan outside, Navi immediately take the opportunity. Leave Hanka to push outside. And with that, yeah, B4 completely caught off guard. They need to pull out something from their strat book in order to counter this CT force, really. Because so far, Navi have won all the rounds right now in a row, money through the roof. So that means something needs to change, and fast.
We see the Galil's coming out. Could have done with holding on to that take in the last round. Trying to find somewhere to hide, although I think Navi would have been searching for them the way they're playing at the moment. Full of confidence, all the CT rounds so far. 3 away from a place in the finals. B4 are running out of buy rounds. This may be 1 of 2 they have remaining. If they plant a bomb, it might be 3. But they need to start winning rounds right now. Goddess caught in the open. Smokes are gone. Won't be getting down there for free. Well then. B4 you can go ramp, or you can go to the A site. Navi are not pushing. Although they might eventually. You have 1 Molotov. Maybe it goes towards CT vent here where Hanka is standing. Smoke towards main perhaps. Liina waiting on hut roof. Just that one molly. Even if you put it on the hut roof, then someone's got to go on the outside. They lose Poppins on the ramp. Now it's Nani and Younger to try on the A bomb site. Younger in the clutch, but she will be denied. Feels like they've run out of steam on this T side. They could have, again, like with 4 players, maybe put someone on the roof, get the flashes into the A bomb site, get a molly on the hut or molly CT vent, but they're just edging, trying to rely on individual skill to get an opening somewhere. And NAVI Javelins are denying them. That's a great flick from Viku.
Seems to be B4 want to be giving it everything they've got. Not playing for OT, just buying up here. But it results in B4 being a bit of an awkward spot. Some players with rifles, some a MAC-10 or a pistol. And with the limited amount of utility around it, you only have really one chance for a push. Flash into ramp, and out they will come. Danu, first point of contact here. Good for 1 kill, not immediate trade. At least with Danu and getting that first one. The numbers are kept even, but look at this. God is already very deep into Secret. But once again, Navi and their trade seem to be on point. So as soon as they spot a player, they make sure it's not spiraling out of their hands. But perhaps B4 is not out of the round just yet. They have an AK, they have a Galil. Oh, well, no AK anymore. Nani taken out. It only leaves Julie, and she also still needs to recover the bomb. Too many players again up on the board to deal with. And with that, it is map and series points for NAVI Javelins.
Clinical frags from Liina around control. Playing off angles for the second one as well. You can see how focused Angelka is. This is the opportunity that they were waiting for, the one that they were denied towards the end of last year. But they're taking it by force on their map pick of Nuke. Every round on the CT side, no signs of slowing down either. NAVI Javelins came here to win. And the aggression from the CTs continues as Hanka makes her way forward. Spots the shadow, delivers the kill as well. There's a trade from Nani. Still not too late for before. The road will be long if they can find success here. But again, nothing will be for free. Liina pushing, but the timing might work out for before indeed. Going down the ladder, Poppins will frag Liina as Younger is lost elsewhere.
But Viku, oh, she still gets a second one. She already had one before, and with that, the numbers again are spiraling out of control. And Navi win the numbers game, win this best of 3, and get a ticket to the grand final.
NAVI Javelins make it to the final. This is redemption for them after they didn't get anywhere close to as far as they wanted to go. We knew they had the talent, and they are demonstrating it here today. Pleasing the home crowd as well. Excellence in Katowice. As for Poppins and before, there's plenty more Counter-Strike to come from them, but they were up against a very, very strong team.